So today we drove all the way from Arizona to come back to Disneyland. There's a partial opening today, and it is in DCA, California Adventure. And we're gonna go check it out and see what there is, and hopefully we can get in and the crowds aren't too terrible. So let's go check it out. Right now we are on Harbor Boulevard, and as you can see the monorail track ahead and a Disneyland little sign over there. You might even be able to see the Matterhorn bobsleds, the top of it. So
Hi folks, just welcome to Downtown Disney. A few safety reminders please do keep in mind. Face cover is required at all times, covering the nose all the way down to your chin. The Downtown Disney District as well as Buena Vista Street are currently at capacity. If you would like to have potential access to Buena Vista Street at a later time today, you enter Downtown Disney, you go past the ticket booth, there's a QR code. You scan that QR code and that will text you when it's your turn to go. So keep in mind that it could be several hours from this point. Also, while you're in Downtown Disney and you do take pictures, please make sure your face cover is up and ready at all times. The east side stores, the entry area is going to be at the beginning on the left at 5 and dime, and you'll work your way through. On the west side of the street, the stores, the entry will be at the back end of one of the streets, starting at Trolley Treats, and you'll work your way forward. There will be plenty of signs and casters to assist you with that.
if you look straight ahead there, you will see Space Mountain, and then I think we are headed over to get our temperature check. So right ahead you see the Disneyland Railroad Station. So today we came and we parked at the Anaheim Hotel, which is on Harbor Boulevard. The sad part is we had to pay $25 to park as opposed to $10 in Simba parking. But the lines were really short when you come Harbor Boulevard, so you might want to consider doing that, because my understanding is Simba parking lot closes once it's full, and then you just have to circle around. So that's why we did what we did, and so far it's been a good thing. So keep that in mind if you come out here to Buena Vista Street in downtown Disney. There's where we'd really like to be, is right there in Disneyland. But unfortunately not yet. There's some people wandering around back there. So right ahead you see the Disneyland Railroad Station. If you look right through there, you see construction trucks in there that you normally would not see, because Disneyland would be open. So sad that this place is not open. At this time, I'd like to invite you to please subscribe to this channel. As normal as it gets, I upload Disneyland videos each and every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is what I am on here in Arizona. And if you do enjoy videos from Disney, which you apparently do because you're watching this, I would encourage you to check out the hundreds of videos that I have made in the past. And I think you will enjoy them and enjoy this channel. Okay, we got our time now for Buena Vista Street. We have 612 parties ahead of us. So hopefully we actually get in and make it, since again we drove all the way from Arizona, so I sure hope we do. If not, this is what we get to do. We can wander around downtown Disney though, so that's kind of the plan. It has been too long since we've been to Disneyland. Our last trip was February of this year, 2020, and usually we've been going about 4 times a year in the past, so going without it has not been too much fun, and that's why we decided to come back here today and see what was going on and just be able to once again get back on Disney property. Entering the World of Disney store located in downtown Disney. If you've never been here, this is a very big store full of Disney items, and we're just going to kind of check it out and look at some of the Christmas decorations. And instead of picking up individual items, I thought I would just go around, kind of give you an overview and a tour of this store. Now right here is something really cool which I've never seen before. It is of Sleeping Beauty Castle, and as you can see, it's kind of got fireworks going off, and looks very cool. Something to check out if you happen to go into this store. Like I said, I'm just gonna go through, look at the Christmas decorations, and more so an overview, and maybe you'll see something that you like or something that you didn't know that they sold, and maybe if you have the opportunity to come here, you can come and purchase that item. But again, they did this store, redid this store a year or two ago. I'm not sure how long ago it was, but they kind of made it kind of more modern looking and opened it up. And overall, I like it. The only thing that I don't like about it is that some of the collectibles that they used to have, maybe a little higher end or whatever, they no longer carry, and I do miss that. That was one thing that I did like about this store. But there's the Disneyland store that is my all-time favorite store located in Disneyland. So if you get the opportunity to go back when it opens to Disneyland, go check out the Disneyland store. It's the one once you go through the gates, right by the train station, off to the right, And it used to be a bank when Disneyland originally opened, but that is my all-time favorite store of all in the Disney property. So as you can see, they have lots of stuff in this store. It is a very big store. And that's pretty much it. But I hope that you have enjoyed this while you've been visiting. So far we've been here about an hour and a half, and they're telling us that we have another hour and a half left. So hopefully it won't be much longer. And so far we've just walked around downtown Disney. So looking forward to getting into Buena Vista Street. Keep in mind that our wait time is just approximate, so who knows how long we'll actually have to wait, but time will tell. So it has been about 5 hours now, and we are almost finally getting into the park. Thank you.
You guys together?
Yes. Good.
Hi folks, how you doing? 42? Head on in. Thank you for waiting. Hi folks, how many for
Three?
Alright. We have space for two, but we're going to let all three of you in, okay?
Alright, yep.
Thanks. Right this way. How we doing, Randy? Hello there folks.
Thank you.
Back.
Thanks. Finally. I will say it's good to be back to DCA.
I would recommend the order. That's what
Thank you. Are you ready to eat? Are you ready to eat? All right, so now we're gonna head to the right over here, and then we're gonna go head towards the Smoke Jumpers Grill and get us something to eat, and then go from there. You are looking here at an early 1960s Rambler, like 60, 61, somewhere in there. American Motors Rambler. This is really cool car, and the reason for me that I really like it is because when we moved from Michigan to Arizona, this is what we went in, is a station wagon. It was a Rambler station wagon. Ours was a 1963 Rambler station wagon that we had for many, many years and had bought new. And it was a cross country like this, just a little newer than this. But I really like this car a lot, and that was the attraction to this car. I've seen it many times before, but I just kind of wanted to check it out once more. I really like this R on here on the gas cap for Rambler, and we had a lot of American Motors cars in our family, and really do like them a lot. And this is cool to see this at DCA and that they keep it here. Something I really do enjoy. So right here is kind of the seating area for the Smoke Jumpers Grill. This is where we ended up eating. It was very good. It was done by mobile ordering, and this is only the second time that we've ever done that, but it worked out well. Right here is Humphrey's. It is a store that is one of the stores that is closed, but I'm just kind of walking around to give you an idea of what we saw and what is opened at the time. And yeah, I'm just going to walk down here to the end. It looks like it's roped off ahead. Down by the airplane. So I'm just kind of giving you a tour of what is opened and what is not, and how far you could actually go while we are here. It is amazing how much we've missed this place. We don't usually spend a lot of time in DCA. We prefer Disneyland over DCA, as do most people. However, it was great just to be at the park again and experiencing the things that we could. And hopefully next time we come back, the whole park will be open. Hopefully, that is. Okay, heading on the right-hand side there, you'll see the yellow Rambler I showed you earlier. And again, this is kind of looking down the street towards Carthay Circle right now, and then over here towards Soarin'. And I was noticing on the sign that it does Soarin', at least at the time that they closed it. For a time, they had changed it back to California, Soaring over California, that is. I prefer Soaring over California, but both of them are good, and we'll see what it ends up being once they officially open. But really enjoyed just looking around. There's the Rambler again, and really do like that car.
I'm sure that when the park gets back to normal, I'm sure that that will look back on this and possibly laugh. I don't know if that even makes any sense. So, right now,
Walk down this way. See how far you can get. You can go all the way to Tarzan.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's why I'm asking.
It appears that they have put out more tables to sit at here or to stand up by, whichever. I don't really see chairs at some of them, but it looks like they did add some more to accommodate the guests that are here. So that's a good thing for that. I do always like this waterfall, so I wanted to go over by it and check it out. And of course, it's always nice to hear the sound of water. So I'll let you enjoy that. So we're just going to continue to walk around and see how far we can go, at what points we can get to before it is roped off, and we can go no further. So far I've had a pretty good time. Hopefully by the end of the day the trip will be worth it. And like I said, we did about 6 hours each direction. So we got 12 hours of driving to basically come here and walk around and eat a hamburger is basically what we have done thus far. So, and maybe be able to eventually go into some more shops and that, but that is what we've done so far. So we'll see in the end whether it was worth the trip or not, but I think we're having a good enough time, and that it in the end it will be worth our trip here. As you saw, we just passed the waterfall area, and that is kind of the roar that you're hearing right now. It does make it kind of loud, but that waterfall experience is pretty neat. And if you ever get an opportunity, you can walk in there, and it's a great place to take a picture of yourself or your family, or both for that matter. As you can see right here, they did have their food carts out. At one place at least, I did see churro carts, I see popcorn, and a number of other different things. So it wasn't solely restaurants that were open. They did have these carts around there, and that makes it kind of nice and more like what you would expect in a Disney park. So somewhat normalcy throughout our visit, and that is good. And aside from having to wear masks and then the social distancing, of course, it seemed like a pretty normal experience. I would only say that the only probably downside is if you wanted to go in the store, there was quite a wait. But other than that, everything was great, and as usual, the Disney cast members were wonderful. I did want to mention that during this visit, it was myself, my son, and my son's friend Eric, or our friend Eric, that is, and many times during the video you might hear him talking, and that is because he was doing a live stream for pretty much the entire time that we were at Buena Vista Street and DCA. So if you have any interest in seeing that, I will link his channel at the end. You can click on it and you can see what his channel is like and what his video that he did the same day that we were there at the same time. So if you want to check that out, I would encourage you to do that as well. Okay, so now we are headed up Hollywood Boulevard right now, and it looks like at the end there they have a trolley, which is pretty cool. And you can see the neon lights and such across there on the left. And off the page, coming up on the right, that is pretty much my most favorite store in DCA. Although today we will not be going in there because it is not open. So there you can just kind of see it there. The good thing is they put a trolley at the end. That's kind of an added plus. And the fact that they put a little bit of garland on the front of it and decorated it for Christmas, that looks very nice sitting on the track. One thing I did want to bring to your attention, if you never got the opportunity at DCA around Carthay Circle to see the Newsboys, it was a little skit type play, musical, whatever you want to call it, that they did out there by Carthay Circle with the trolley, and it was quite good. I enjoyed it, and I did do a video on it, so if you want to check that out, I would encourage you to do that. I think you will enjoy it as well. As a matter of fact, in the intro you'll see of my channel, that is, you will see a little snippet of the Newsboys and the trolley. So that's something definitely worth checking out. Right now I'm just kind of looking around, kind of a 360 in the area, or almost 360 that is. Really like these neon lights underneath here. Sometimes I just like to film under there, under lights like that, and just get a different perspective. Recently I had posted a video on Sleeping Beauty Castle, and I walked up underneath and through where the drawbridge area is and that, and I just like getting different shots like that. Just like looking at this. This is what I'm talking about. I just like a different perspective than most people would film, and I think they're very pretty lights and just kind of a cool video right there. Hopefully you enjoy that. If you end up making it all the way through this video, I would ask that you would please put a comment that you made it all the way. That would be good to know, and definitely give me a thumbs up if these are the type of videos that you would like to see. Right here we're looking at Dumbo there in front of off the page, kind of like the Hollywood theater, Hollywood Chinese theater, that's what I'm trying to think of. You know, when people put their footprints in that, at least that's what I think it's supposed to be. It has Dumbo there. Kind of a neat little added bonus there that they put there. And looking in the window here, you'll see Jessie and Woody there, and Aladdin, and Beauty and the Beast, as well as Sebastian and Ariel in the window. Really like how Disney does decorate their windows in their shops. Definitely an added plus. If you look right now, Hollywood Studios over there, that is over where Monsters Inc. is. You know, I don't usually go back in there. Monsters Inc. is a decent ride, but I usually don't go there. I'm just not sure why. Don't really spend a whole lot of time in DCA anymore. I think that in some ways it's improved a lot. In other ways, it's not quite as good. Definitely Cars Land, and that is a very good addition that they have done. So I'm just going to continue and walk back up the way we came. And again, we're going to check out these lights under here, just Why? Because I want to, and hopefully you enjoy them as well as we carry on and head on outwards out to the main area by Carthay Circle again, and we'll probably go check out the statue, the storyteller statue of Walt. My understanding is they had redone that and made it look like new, so I kind of wanted to go check that out and see what that was like, and hopefully you have an interest in doing that as well. We are almost up to the storyteller statue of Walt Disney, 1923, when he arrived here in California, and with a suitcase and a dream, as they say in that little Newsboys skit that I was telling you about earlier. But I will say, this statue looks amazing, and it looks like brand new, and they did an awesome job on Walt Disney here, and Mickey Mouse, and of course the suitcase as well. So definitely an A+ on that. Here's a close-up here of Walt and Mickey. Very cool. My understanding is they're doing the partner statue at Disneyland. Don't know if that's true, but we can check that out later when the park opens. Here is a plaque that they have. I'll let you read it for yourself. If you need to, you can always stop the video to read it if you don't have enough time. And there is another one on the other side, which I will show you briefly in just a few minutes, and you can read that one as well. And here is the other one.
Yeah. I was hoping, well, I guess not some secret.
No, it's not who we had.
Was it really?
Oh, where's he headed? He's tapping on his shoulder. He's my favorite.
So yeah, there's like these clothes.
So now we are going to wait in line and go to Elias and Company and all the stores that are connected. We are waiting in a line and looking at decorations along the way. They do have this nice Christmas tree here off on the right, and here's some of the decorations looking around.
That was what I was able to see. And that was my picture of Walt. Just supposed to think of that.
Here's a better look of that Christmas tree now that we've made it up to the actual window now.
A long time ago when it used to be
we are now getting close to the entrance of this store, and this lady up here will let us in when they have the proper number of people inside the store. Once we get inside the store, I'm just going to again do an overview, much like I did in World of Disney, and you can check out the merchandise as I pan around with the camera, and maybe you'll see something again that you'll like, and you might want to come out here and buy it if you have the opportunity.
I love the design.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks. She said, "Look at that."
Telling me I can't text right now. What's my merchandise? Oh, yeah, I know.
As you can see, most of the stuff that they currently have is Christmas related, so which is typical this time of year in a Disney park.
I know, I'm sorry. Miniatures. My voice is starting to crack a little bit. I'm on my way. Yeah, the design for a park that is definitely a lot more visually pleasing than Guardians of the Galaxy.
I hope you are enjoying just going through these stores and looking around as I am, and getting an idea at least at what current merchandise is being displayed in the park. If I hadn't mentioned before, and I don't know that I had, earlier today when I was over by Disneyland, you could actually see that they have Main Street decorated with Christmas decorations. So did want to mention that because that is an encouraging sign. I'm not sure how that's going to be with the governor and all that and opening up, because he seems to be the one that's stopping everything. But hopefully soon Disney can open up completely.
It makes sense. Like, we're in this small Midwestern town in Martin, Missouri. And you look over to the town on the horizon.
Sure, you send it to me, and I'm gonna
And you're like, there's Hollywood up in the distance. With all the light years in that country. You should probably get one of these for Dad. And Mom. Like,
Here they do have masks, and these look like they're Marvel masks. I think it's kind of unfortunate for Disney and DCA that they went and put all the money into Marvel, thinking it was going to draw in all these people, and that seems a little watered down right now, in my opinion, just because of this whole situation and shutdowns and masks and all that kind of stuff that's going on. So here's some Christmas candy and such, and most of the Disney stuff seems to be pretty good. These pretzels right here might be pretty tasty. They're frosted covered pretzels, but they have a number of things here, and Disney treats are always something good to eat. I'll look at them in a second. The one thing about Disney stores, which is to me kind of unfortunate, is that so many of the stores have the same merchandise. Of course, when you want something and it's in a store like a Disneyland and you're in DCA and you wished you would have bought it, of course you're going to have to go back and get it at that store. But in many cases, a lot of the same things are in a lot of the same stores. That can be a good, bad thing, I guess. Just depends. You know, back when Disneyland originally opened, Disneyland itself, what was kind of neat was it really was more like a little town. And so you had, like I had mentioned earlier, you had an actual bank, and you had just more individual stores. They didn't all say Disney on it. Now you go down Main Street and everything says Disney on it. And, you know, that's still nice, but I think the way Walt had it initially was better, in my opinion, just because it was more like a town, and kind of like, you know, Marceline, Missouri, where he grew up, and kind of what he wanted it to be. But over time, that has changed. And now, if you go up Main Street, most of the things are Disney or have Disney in the name. Now, there is Starbucks, and there's a few exceptions here and there. But like I said, the majority of them have Disney in the name. And to me, that's a little unfortunate. I think it's great to have Disney in the name on one hand, but on the other hand, it was neat that the way Walt had it, in the fact that it used to be more like a real small town. And I think that's the way he really wanted it. But as things go by, things change for good or bad. And that's just how it is. Just something to talk about while we're looking here at some plushes, which in my day they were called stuffed animals, but it seems like people call them plushes most of the time now. They have a bunch of them.
Hey Max, what do you know? This is the first time I've ever been in here, and it's strange. I've been here in Disneyland since I was 18 months old, and I've never been in here. Well, yes, they have
Situations if they have a reservation in Parfait, and they have like
So I am getting close to the end of the stores, and so far I have not seen anything that I have to have. And usually I buy something when I go to Disneyland, but this time I may end up, though I'm actually a DCA, but may end up empty-handed and not buying anything. And that's okay though, because I'll wait until the park opens and have more of a selection. Now, I tend to collect more Disney park owned, or actually things that used to be in the park, in other words, more so than souvenirs, though I do collect those as well to a small degree. And usually I buy something, but it doesn't look like at this point I am going to really have anything that I have to have or that. So looks like I might end up going home with nothing. But either way, I've had a good time, and I'm going to say that it was definitely worth the trip, and glad to be back.
Part of it.
I start now.
I start early too.
I did too.
If not, I get really stressed, and then it's a week before it's Christmas, and we'll have stuff. Yeah.
No need.
Don't forget to pay for that, Colby. Colby, make sure I pay for that. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get my annual pass holders discount, which in my case is 10% off. But I did find that I was able to do that on food, and then my son did buy something. and he got his discount on that as well. So that was good to know. I didn't know if that would be waived at this point or not.
Glacially slow and Buena Vista Street, and showing you all the splendor of socially distant glory.
You ready to go?
The Christmas lights are honestly really nice. Okay, my phone is gonna die any minute. It's at 10%.
So now reality is setting in, and I am realizing that this trip is almost over. Of course, I've got the return trip home, which will not be too much fun driving all night. But again, I think it was worth it, and I do look forward to the next time I'm able to come back. Hopefully sooner than later. Hopefully Disney can get Disneyland open soon, and hopefully the whole park, and not just bits and pieces, but maybe if they do bits and pieces, then they can eventually open the whole park. So here we are headed out, and sad to leave, but there's always next time, and hopefully more park will be open the next time. Looks like we are going to be leaving now. It was a good day, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time. Here's another car that I really like. I believe it's a Packard, and it is always here by Oswald. Very cool car. Speaking of Oswalds, it appears they never have Oswald out anymore. Now, I know currently they're not doing characters, but even before that, it seems like they weren't having Oswald out, and I think that's a shame given the fact that they were able to get him back and get the rights back to him, and kind of unfortunate that they don't have him out, or at least when they can go back to that. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. You too. I'd show you some of the night scenes, even though we looked at them during the daytime, but I wanted to show you some of the night scenes, like the train station and that, during the nighttime, and around Esplanade and just walking out.